Hello guys, CryptoSnake is here, and if you have been subscribed to this channel, you probably know that I'm a huge Bitcoin supporter. In terms of macro factors, this week is really important for Bitcoin and the crypto space. And no matter what kind of short-term direction BTC will choose, long-term most investors are bullish. Today I will share with you 3 Bitcoin price predictions by your favorite influencers from the space. Let's get started. First on the list is one of the most famous BTC bulls, Saylor, and his price prediction is $10 million per Bitcoin. Let's watch a short video clip where CEO and founder of MicroStrategy explains how BTC can achieve this goal.
Is it good for Bitcoin if JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Bank of America issue $10 trillion of USD stablecoins and start handling Bitcoin and selling it to all their institutional investors? Yeah, it's good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin, then $10 million a coin. And all the people that believed in Bitcoins for the last decade are going to have the financial wherewithal to create their own companies to do whatever they want. It's just not good for the entrepreneurs that compete against the mega caps.
According to Michael, Bitcoin price can skyrocket to $10 million if large financial institutions will start offering Bitcoin to institutional investors. We already see a lot of interest coming from major banks, and I believe this trend will continue growing. Next on the list is Antoni Trenchev, the managing partner and co-founder of the only successful lending platform Nexo. Antoni's short-term price target for Bitcoin is $100,000. Let's take a look.
People got interested in my prediction because I was on Bloomberg in January 2020. It was around 8,000, and I said we're gonna hit 50K by the end of the year. And I was with Matt Miller, a great guy and a friend of mine, and he was like, well, I don't see that happen. He was very skeptical. Then he had me in April when we dipped at around 3,000. Do you still stick to your prediction? And I did. And it turned out to be accurate, and I didn't quite randomly come at it. I saw that out of COVID we'll have a lot of printing, which will percolate towards crypto at some level. And then I just calculated that if we were to capture just 10% of the market cap of gold, and Bitcoin to me has always been gold 2.0, we will be at 50,000. And I made this prediction and I stick to it, and it turned out to be accurate. So I got asked after that for my prediction. I do think that by mid next year we're gonna see 100K.
Antoni's short-term price prediction is $100,000 per Bitcoin, and the main reason for this price target is inflation, aka money printing. I 100% agree with that, and just to remind you all, 80% of all the US dollars in circulation were printed within the last 2 years. So no doubt that Bitcoin is the best hedge against inflation. It has limited supply and it doesn't belong to anyone, or it belongs to everyone, whatever description you prefer better. Number 3 Bitcoin price prediction today is shared by Greg Foss. A well-known trader with 35 years of trading experience targets $400,000 per Bitcoin by 2024. Let's watch a short video.
I wasn't a treasury trader as much as a credit trader, and that's where I like to apply my expertise. So I believe over the next couple of years, credit traders will appreciate Bitcoin for the instrument that I have studied it as, and that is as insurance against default of sovereign nations. Now, you'll say, well, why didn't it work this quarter? And I'll say there's a lot of stuff that went around in the markets, right? We had no idea what the leverage that was in the DeFi space, the Celsiuses of the world, and the yield and staking that took place. So there was some, I'll call them macro events within the crypto ecosystem that certainly impacted our favorite digital asset. So I think of Bitcoin as being, as you said, the equivalent of a credit default swap on a basket of fiat currencies. Now, if we just took the top G20 countries around the world and we looked at their on-balance sheet obligations, so in the case of the USA, $30 trillion, And in the case of the USA, their off-balance sheet obligations, such as Medicare and Medicaid, of $160 trillion. To make the math easy, let's take that $200 trillion obligation. You can go to the credit default swap market that exists for sovereign nations, and you can look at what the rate is, the 5-year default rate on the United States, the rate that they're charging for default insurance. And that rate multiplied by the on-balance sheet and off-balance sheet obligations, the value of all of those countries added up according to the open market rates of the credit default swap spreads of the G20 countries puts the value of Bitcoin at over 400,000 US dollars per Bitcoin.
According to Greg, credit traders eventually will appreciate Bitcoin as an insurance against default of sovereign nations, which totally makes sense. 2022 is a crazy year, and macro events impact all markets including crypto. However, I personally invest long-term and I do not trade. For me, Bitcoin is the financial tool of the future, and it will fix so many problems our world is currently experiencing, including inflation and the energy sector. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you hold BTC, I advise you to hodl strong. I'll catch you later.